everyone. Welcome back. I'm Ashley Nicoletta, and this is GoGo 101. Today's episode is all about what to expect at the live auditions. Your first live audition can honestly be really overwhelming. Honestly, any audition can be really overwhelming. You just want to remain calm, take it all in, and stay focused the entire time. Other girls can sometimes be the worst. I'm not going to lie to you there. It is a real thing. Don't let them get to you. You're there for you, so focus on yourself and focus on making your audition as best possible for you. I'm going to go over a lot in this video, so I'm going to put links in the description so that you can find everything much easier. When you go to the open audition, you're going to want to be prepared. And by being prepared, I mean you need to bring your resume and either your comp card or one photo that's in color of just you. Sometimes auditions require just a single photo. Sometimes they actually want the comp card. Regardless, they're always going to want your resume because that is what tells them all about you and your experience. So make sure that you bring your resume. You also want to bring your ID. They need to make sure that you're at least 18 years or older because GoGo is primarily in nightclubs and at large-scale festivals. You also want to bring all of your documents in an envelope. This is just to ensure that nothing gets scratched or crinkled in the process from going from your house to the audition. You're probably going to have to take it out of the envelope and give it to the judges just raw, but that's okay. You want to at least make sure that the presentation of your resume and either your comp card or your single photo is as clean as possible. It doesn't hurt to throw in your business card in there too. So all these attributes, you just don't want to overdo it. Limit it to the 3 things. So your resume, your comp card or single photo, and your business card. And that's it. That's all you need to bring paper-wise. When you arrive to the audition, you're going to want to come completely dressed and ready to go. And you're going to want to have a cover-up on over top of your audition outfit. Now, we'll get to what your audition outfit should be in a few minutes, but your cover-up should either be a dress or a romper or an easy, off jumpsuit or a tracksuit, something that's just easy for you to get off. Now, traditionally, when you get hired for gigs, if you have to wear a cover-up, most commonly, it's going to be black. Really, it doesn't matter for the audition as long as you have something because you don't want to necessarily be so exposed if you have to wait in line outside of the venue. It's just a good idea to have something on over top, and that way when they do call you, you're ready to go. You can go straight into the audition dressed and everything's good to go. You also want to come stage ready for your audition. This means you need to have your hair done. You can really have it up or down. I would say it's preferable to have your hair styled down, and you want to make sure that you actually do style it. The judges are going to want to see how well you do hair flips and, how well you can maneuver different moves and incorporating your hair. So having it down is the best option, but not to say that you can't wear it up for the audition as well. You're going to want to have a full face of makeup on, and this includes lashes. If you've never put lashes on before, watch a YouTube video or, have some help from a friend. But it's really important that you come stage ready for your audition with full hair and makeup on. You want to make sure that you have very minimal jewelry on. The judges want to see you, not how well you can accessorize. So leave your belts at home. Really, you don't want to wear bracelets or necklaces or anything. And if you really want to wear earrings, just wear studs. Also, you don't want to wear any glitter for the audition because when you get booked for the gig, you're going to have plenty of time to get glittery and glamorous and fabulous. But for the audition, the judges want to see you and they don't want to be distracted by all of your glamour. So leave all the glam at home and just come as plain and simple and straightforward as you possibly can in your own sassy, sexy way. You're going to want to arrive to the audition 30 to 45 minutes, if not an hour, before the actual audition starts. This allows you to turn in all of the documents that you brought with you, get registered by the judges, and be assigned a number. That way the judges know who you are while you're auditioning. Everybody gets a number, and that's the easiest way that they can do callbacks. During the audition, you want to make sure that you smile so that the judges see that you're having a good time and you really want to be there. And also make sure that you have a fierce attitude with your movements. Your movements need to be tight and strong. You also want to make sure that your eyes are forward and not looking at the judges. The judges are always going to be looking at you, but don't pay attention to them. They want to see how well you can perform for the crowd, not the judges. And if you have to look at the choreographer, that's totally acceptable. Try to get the routine down as quickly as you possibly can. But it's always acceptable to look back at the choreographer. There might be a point where the choreographer doesn't actually dance with you and they take a step back to see how well you can learn it. If that's the case, you can follow the girl right next to you, but you don't necessarily want to turn your head and look at the next girl. You want to make sure that you're doing everything you can for you. Most commonly, there's going to be a mirror in the audition venue. Normally they're in either a nightclub or they're in an actual studio. Sometimes they're in a theater where you don't have a mirror. If there is a mirror, utilize that. Take that time to see how well your movements are, focus on you, and make sure that if you don't understand the movements completely, that you watch somebody who's right next to you in the mirror so that you can pick up on the same movements at the same exact time and you're not missing a beat. Now let's say that there is no mirror and you don't have somebody in front of you that you can look at, or you don't have anybody next to you. You might be in a nightclub where they just throw you on a podium and you have to dance. This is the point where you need to give it your all. No matter what audition it is, you need to give it your all. But at that point, it's all about just you and freestyling. So show them what you got, girl. Give them everything. So there's actually two kinds of callbacks. There is literal callbacks. Well, they're dismiss everybody and they'll call you if they like you. Sometimes the judges need a little time to deliberate after everybody. Usually this happens when it's only 2 to 4 girls auditioning. And then the second kind of audition is a same day callback. Now, this is where you're gonna have elimination rounds, and this is why you have a number. So if they do an elimination round, then you can actually, they'll let you know, they'll say, this number, and this number step forward, and then everybody behind them, thank you for your time. When they say thank you for your time, that means you can go, you didn't pass the audition, unfortunately. Don't get discouraged, don't get hurt. It's not personal. They're looking for a specific look or style. You might not fit for this particular gig or what they're hiring for, but that doesn't mean that the next gig that you audition for, you will make it. So keep auditioning, keep trying, and keep pushing and persevering. Now, if you do get accepted for in the elimination round, then you can actually go to the next round and you audition again with the best of the best. Sometimes they have 1 elimination round, sometimes they have 4 elimination rounds, depending on how many girls show up. If you have an audition, make sure that you have enough time planned out for that day that you can stay for the entire audition. I had an audition last 6 hours one time, and you just need to plan for that. I really wouldn't make any other plans the day of the audition if you're going to one, because you don't know how long they're gonna last. Now, let's say you do make it all the way through, and girl, you made it! Yes! You got the gig! They're gonna have you do paperwork right then and there. This is where your ID is gonna come in handy, because they're gonna have you sign up, they're gonna give you information, and sometimes they're actually going to give you costume requirements that you have to go out and purchase for that gig right then and there. This is very common, so don't get scared if they say you need to have this kind of pantyhose and you need to have this kind of shoe and this is what you need, because that's their requirement. You want to work for the gig, this is what they need of you. So just adhere to it. And make sure that you also bring a pen with you in case they don't have one. It's okay to be over-prepared. In fact, Jeff Tail told me once that if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. So be prepared. So I'm sure by this point you're saying, Ash, what do I wear? Girl, I got you. Don't worry. First things first, you want to wear an all black outfit. I cannot stress this enough. You need to wear all black. Again, this is not the time for you to be glamorous and creative. The judge wants to see you because they're probably going to adorn your body with a fabulous costume. So show them what you've got. So for your audition outfit, you need to have a black top. Now, you need to make sure that your top is cropped because your client wants to see what your torso, your thighs, your butt, everything looks like. The best way to do that is in a crop top. Now, this can be a crop baby tee or a crop tank top or even a crop long sleeve shirt. It's totally fine as long as it's black. Now, you can wear a sports bra if you want. That's totally acceptable. And sometimes people choose not to wear a bra altogether. You know, that's fine if you don't want to wear a bra, but you need to make sure that you're still supported by wearing a sports bra or, you know, one of the bralettes or something like that. I personally have never gone without a bra, so if you decide that you want to wear a bra, make sure that you push up everything and show them your best assets, honey. I have no assets. I'm making walls jealous over here. So I have always chosen to wear a bra. And I do ultra push-up, I get to bombshell, and I go to town on it. But that's just me. You are your own person, you can decide. As long as it's black and cropped, I'm sure it's fine. Your bottoms should be actual dancer bottoms, which are usually made of Lycra. It's like a satiny, kind of stretchy, very comfortable material. You can get these bottoms on Amazon or at adult superstores. Among the many novelties that adult superstores have, they also have dancewear. Most commonly, this is for exotic dancers, but not to say that go-go dancers can't absolutely use this stuff too. And honestly, I've gotten a lot of clothes and a lot of dancewear from adult stores. It's very universal for any kind of dancer, and Lycra is the best way to go. But let's say that you don't have Lycra bottoms or you're not able to get Lycra bottoms. The best option for you is to get a high-line bottom so that they can see the full length of your hips. You want to steer away from the side tie bottoms or the ruffle bottoms or any kind of super coverage like the boy short bottoms. You don't want to wear these. Again, you want to show your assets. Now, if you go to a gig that is ultra sexy and a very kind of exotic look, you can opt to go with the Brazilian bikini bottom, but I wouldn't necessarily go for that. It depends on really what gig you're trying out for, but your best bet is always going to be the Lycra. And a dancer tip for the Lycra bottoms, so the back of the Lycra bottoms are going to be bigger than the front. Normal, right? So turn the bottoms around. Now the best coverage is going to be in the front so that your best assets can hang out in the back. And honestly, I found that this is way more comfortable. And I've done this for years, and I cannot thank the dancers who taught me that so much. I mean, honestly, girls, you changed my life. Now, you also want to be taken serious as a go-go dancer, and 99.9% of go-go dancers wear hosiery. This is really important. If you're really toned and really fit, you don't have to wear hosiery to the audition. I still recommend it though. There's two kinds of acceptable hosiery. There is the performance fishnets, and there's also the opaque tights. Now, you want to make sure that these are in nude or in suntan. So I've found personally that either one of these two types of hosiery, I found two brands in each type of hosiery that works really well. So I'm going to link those below just so that you have a perspective of them. So the opaque tights generally last about a week, and they cost about $10, give or take. Now, the performance grade fishnet, those actually they can last for years, and I have pairs that I have gotten a hole in and I've sewed up and I still have them. They're really great to have, and you can even throw them in the washing machine in one of those washer safe bags, and you don't want to dry them. Girl, don't dry them. Trust me on this. It doesn't end well. And those fishnets are about $30 a pop. So you want to make sure that you actually take care of them. Now, let's say that you have a darker skin tone complexion. I found that if you soak your fishnets or hosiery in either black tea or coffee, it helps to make them darker. And when I lived in Florida, a lot of the girls did this just so it could match their skin tone, and it was amazingly efficient. Also, pertaining to hosiery, you want to make sure that you steer away from thigh highs and any kind of second fishnets over top of your actual performance hosiery, because again, the client wants to see you, not how cute you can dress. They're gonna dress you, so let them see everything that you've got, and what you've got is your face, your hair, your body, your moves, your attitude. Give them everything. So the best option for you to elongate your legs is to go with either knee-high boots or pump heels. Again, they need to be black, and the heel needs to be at least 3 inches. You can go with either character shoes, or you can go with just plain black Mary Jane heels. All 3 of those are very acceptable. Just make sure that the heel is at least 3 inches or higher. If you really insist on being a little different and having your own style, it's acceptable to wear black leg warmers over top of your high heels. I wouldn't say to wear these with boots, but if you do decide to wear pumps, then leg warmers are always acceptable. The most important thing about auditioning is to have fun with it. The client wants to see that you love what you're doing, and you're there to prove that you've got what it takes for their gig. And if you have a big smile and you're having a great time, they can see that you work well under pressure. Even if your first audition doesn't go as well as it could, there's always the next audition. So every time you go, you're gonna get a little bit better at auditioning. And the more auditions you go to, the more gigs you'll get booked for. Nothing comes easy, and it doesn't happen overnight. So keep trying. Make sure you stick with it, and don't ever give up. Don't get discouraged. It's okay. Everybody gets turned down at least once. And I have full confidence in you and your abilities to make it happen for yourself. So I hope I actually see you at the next audition. All right, shout outs! I just want to give a shout out to one of my very best friends, Mandii. Mandii Conforti, Mandii GoGo, however you want to call her, just don't call her late for dinner. It's really an honor to be this girl's friend. She's one of the funniest and most kind and generous people I've ever met. I've seriously had so many really fun times with her, and I'm just going to show you a couple of her recent photos, and I'm going to put all of her links below so you can follow and like and share and be friends with her too. She's really great. So she also makes her own costumes, and she sells them online. I'll link all that below too, but her costumes are really amazing, and if you ever need something, hit her up. She totally does themes. They're really glamorous, they're really fun and exciting and creative, and yeah, Mandii's really got it going on, girl. And as always, you know, I gotta shout my girl Miss DeGeneres out. How you doing, girl? You living your best life on your show? Ooh, and I see Kaylin's got it going on these days. Man, he is so funny. Ooh, girl, have fun with Kaylin. Tell him I said hey. So that's all I have for you girls today about what to expect at the audition. So next week, I'm gonna go over how to follow up for auditions and how to get onboarded for your next gig. This is a process that I think needs to be talked about, so we'll see you next Thursday.